What's good, people? Welcome back to MKO Boxing, aka MKO Pugilism. It's fight week for one of the best cards. I'm saying it from right now. I know we're only in February, but for me, I think this is going to be the card of the year in terms of the name value, in terms of the competitive nature of all the fights. This for me is going to be card of the year, headlined by Artur Beterbiev versus Dimitri Bivol. And I'm going to speak to you now about what is the chief support, I believe, in terms of running order, which is going to be Dynamite Daniel Dubois, Triple D versus Joe Parker. So, yeah, this is a fight which I foresee being a very good one and a very competitive one. And it's one of those where I would say it's split opinion, but I think the vast majority of people are going with Daniel Dubois on this one, because of the fact that Daniel Dubois has been able to destroy certain people. He had a tough fight with Jarrell Miller and was able to stop Jarrell Miller in the last round of their fight. You know, he beat up Filip Hrgovic after, taking so many big shots, not budging, and just took out Filip Hrgovic. And he smashed Anthony Joshua to pieces. He absolutely destroyed Anthony Joshua. So Daniel Dubois is really in a mode of seek and destroy. So I can totally understand why he's the favorite going into this. But for me, I still think that Joseph Parker has a excellent chance of winning this fight, because Joseph Parker, lest we forget, he's coming off of good performances too. Deontay Wilder, admittedly, Deontay Wilder was a shell of himself, but he, at the end of the day, he still went in there and beat up Deontay Wilder over the 12 rounds. There were people picking Deontay Wilder to win that fight, but in the ring, he turned out to have absolutely nothing left, and he was just a punching bag for Joseph Parker. And then we've got Joe Parker again with another very good win over Zhilei Zhang. He was able to beat Zhang also on points. He suffered some knockdowns in that fight, but he was able to recover and just outwork and beat Zhilei Zhang. So, but both of these guys are coming off of good form, good wins against very high caliber opponents in Anthony Joshua and Zhilei Zhang respectively. So I think going into it, I can see why Daniel Dubois is a favorite. I kind of lean towards him slightly, because I think he's got the killer instinct, and he'll set about Joseph Parker from quite early in the fight, I'm sure. And I think he'll, with his constant pressure, and I think the fact that Daniel Dubois, he's not just like a powerful puncher, he's also a very fit heavyweight. He's a heavyweight that, unlike several others, he can keep going for 12 rounds. He can throw punches for 12 rounds, no problem, no issue. So Dubois, the stamina, the tank is very, very good, and he carries the power all the way through the fight. And I think his pressure will probably get to Joseph Parker and break him down and beat him up. I think Daniel Dubois probably wins this one. But at the same time, on the other hand, I still think Joseph Parker, as much as I'm saying that and I'm kind of leaning towards Daniel Dubois, Joseph Parker has a very, very real chance, because, again, like Dubois, Joseph Parker has a good engine. I don't think Parker hits as hard as Daniel Dubois, but Joseph Parker's no feather-fisted guy. He does hit hard, and he's also a quick heavyweight. And I think this fight, it might come down to a matter of the homework that Joseph Parker and his team have done on Daniel Dubois, because you look at Dubois, he can be quite stiff, and the way he fights, he is kind of quite stiff and quite upright in his stance, and the way that he stands, and that's just the way he kind of is. And he can go forward with his chin sometimes. So this could even be a matter of whether Joseph Parker and them have really done their homework, and they can time him for shot, because Dubois, as he comes in and as he comes forward, It's not like a Mike Tyson type where he's bobbing and weaving. A lot of the times he come forward, sort of straight up and stuff. So there's certain things you can catch him with. You can catch him with the overhand right. You can catch him with the uppercut. That's some of the other opponents have done, and you can think back to the obvious one everyone knows, Filip Hrgovic. Filip Hrgovic was able to land the right hands at will. He couldn't miss Daniel Dubois with a right hand. So you think a guy like Joseph Parker, he could perhaps win this one by sort of exploiting the gaps, and even guys like Lorena and certain of these other guys, they were able to get through with uppercuts and stuff as Daniel Dubois comes forward. AJ was able to, although AJ was pretty finished at the time, was able to land with a big right hand. So there are gaps and leaks in Daniel Dubois' defense, which if you're good enough, you can exploit them. And I reckon that's where Joseph Parker's chance is, where he could hurt Daniel Dubois. If they've done their homework and they can sort of time Daniel Dubois as he comes forward, there's a good chance that they hurt Daniel Dubois, or they keep him honest and they win on points that way, or they win by stoppage. But I just kind of favour Dubois at this point. But I think when I say favour, I'm talking very, very small percentages. I'm talking 55-45 in Dubois' favour, because I know that Joseph Parker, he's got his attributes, he's got his strengths, he's pretty quick, and he throws a good right hand and a good uppercut and stuff. So he could exploit the gaps in Daniel Dubois' defense. So yeah, we'll see what happens anyway. Let me know your thoughts, and until next time, it's MK Boxing, over and out.